Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and man, did we get some rain?
Holy cow, a lot of rain last night in Clay County.
I didn't even hear it.
I heard all of it because we had the windows open. It was nice. I had the best night's sleep.
Really?
When you sleep with the windows open and it's like pouring down rain outside, that's good sleep.
That is good sleep. I do, but I don't. Our bedroom is upstairs, and we put one of them split air conditionings in there.
Oh.
Because I'm going through menopause, so my bedroom is like 65 degrees. So I didn't have the windows open, but it was in the rest of the house. But yeah, I mean, I heard some lightning. I don't really get too shook up over the storms.
Yeah, I love storms.
I like storms too. I actually this is how weird I am. Whenever I do like the storm, I'm watching the storm. If it's going a little bit north, I'm like,
yeah.
I do like a storm. Now,
Me too.
You see those funny pictures. It's like people in a bad storm, and then you've got the Midwest people sitting on the porch. But I've been in tornadoes.
Yeah.
I haven't been like Dorothy or nothing.
Yeah, no. There was a bad storm that went through a couple weeks ago, and there was a lot of people on Facebook talking about it, and like they were all in their basements. I'm like, you went in your basement? Like the siren didn't go off or anything. They're like, where were you at? I'm like, well, we loaded up all the kids and got in the car and went and I'm not lying. It was north of us. We could see it. It was across the field, and we're like, oh, let's go get a better look at that lightning. Because it was, gosh, the storm itself was probably in Effingham.
Right.
And we were, between we were just watching the clouds. We weren't in danger.
Yeah.
But then we came home, and then another round of it came through. So we sat on the porch and watched that round.
Yeah, I like them. I like to sit out on my back porch. And before we remodeled our backyard and our back porch, I had a tin overhang on it, and boy,
oh yeah,
the rain would hit that. You'd open up the window, sitting in it was just the most relaxing.
Yes, yeah.
But whatever, like I sleep with like a sound machine, like the white noise. Now on a sound machine though, I can't listen to the rain. You'd think I like the natural.
It's different.
It is because I can literally pick out the loop. Unless it's just the white noise, I can pick out the loop.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know there's like different kinds of white noise? Like there's white noise, there's pink noise,
brown noise,
gray noise. I did not know that until I don't know, a couple years ago.
Yeah, but like I like the mine's a white noise machine. My phone like has all the different blue noise and all that. It's different. So I literally, this is how crazy I've gotten. I sleep with my white noise, which is a little box, and that's the only one you got because it's got like all the other sounds and stuff on it. And then I also turn my phone always on because the white noise will be going, and the brown noise, like if somebody, like when my alarm goes off, it shuts that brown one down, and then I can hear things.
Oh.
So because I'll tell you what, you could if you get used to sleeping with a sound machine and like you lose your power and it goes off, boom, you're instantly awake.
Oh yeah,
it's the craziest thing you've ever.
I don't sleep with a noise machine, but I sleep with a fan. Same thing. The power goes out, it's like I can't sleep because that fan's off.
Yeah.
I need to get a battery operated backup fan. I guess is that a thing?
So I like my sound machine. Like I said, there's a ton of there's that app, and so but like the pink one's like really staticky.
Yeah.
The first time we went, my sisters and I together went down to Florida, and Linda and I always share her bedroom, and so Linda and I are sitting. I'm like, by the way, I sleep with this pink noise, and they're like, then they're all like getting used, they're getting used to it. And I remember Diane got up early that first night, and she was just like, I thought we had a water leak, or I didn't know what was going on. And then Linda came out, and she's like, oh, that's Stacy's noise machine. And now Linda's used to it because Linda's a fanner. She likes the fans.
Yeah.
So. But we have a big show today.
We do have a big show. We are going to go over a lot of historical photos today. So we're going to jump into our show. We're going to start with an ad.
We are going to start with our ad. I'm not sure which one's going to get pulled up first.
Let's see what we have today.
Which one we got, Ty?
Looks like Gibson.
Look at this old refrigerator.
Oh, cool.
A Diamond Jubilee.
Ooh.
The Gibson announced your new 2-door combination electric refrigerator and home freezer. Okay.
Oh, so maybe this is one of the first ones that had a freezer.
This came from a McCall's Magazine, 1952.
Okay.
So I love the Diamond Jubilee. But what caught me is like, okay, so I have refrigerators today are like ginormous, right?
Right.
Okay, and I never have room in my refrigerator. Easter, we just celebrated Easter, and I'm just like moving things around and throwing things away. I can't even imagine having that little bitty baby freezer up on top.
Or the little bitty baby refrigerator. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Okay, if you've ever stood next to one of these, I'm taller than a lot of these refrigerators from the
Right.
50s.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9". I wish this, I don't know, does that have the measurements at the bottom? I can't read that.
can't
It's
read
too small,
that.
but I bet that thing is not very tall. And compared to today's refrigerators, I would be willing to guess.
Let me pull up the ad a little bit closer. But
this-
look at that little thing of milk in there.
Yeah, they didn't
That's
have a
not a
full
gallon.
They do have their Jell-O mold down there on the bottom shelf, I do believe.
There is the.
There, we've talked about Jell-O mold.
Okay, so in that refrigerator there is milk. Oh, there is a Jell-O mold. There's eggs. There's strawberries. There's a big ham hock in there.
Uh-huh.
It looks like there's cut up green peppers. There's some jelly, and then that thing on the bottom is a looks like an angel food cake.
Oh.
And then in the middle it looks like martini glasses with like pudding in them.
Holy cow. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, I bet they did not have any Hidden Valley Ranch in there.
They did not have any Hidden Valley
And
Ranch.
it looks
in there.
like maybe they do have some ketchup or something like that in the door, but the condiments that were available in 1952 are not comparable to the condiments that
No.
are available today. So that takes up a
No.
lot of space.
Yeah, there's ketchup up there, and it looks like these people know how to party. There's a couple bottles of wine.
Okay.
There's wine, and yeah, I don't know what else is. I can't really read it too much, but yeah. So I can't even. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But a Diamond Jubilee Gibson.
Nice.
I like it.
I thought it was going to be a guitar. I saw the word Gibson.
No.
I thought we were talking about a guitar.
I don't think I've ever done an ad on. I don't think I think this is the first time I've ever done an ad with a refrigerator. But I just thought how neat that was.
Yeah, I like it.
I liked it
I liked
too.
it. That was good.
Okay, so we're
you
not
ready
gonna
to-
waste any time.
Let's rock and roll.
gonna-
We pulled out so many old photos of Clay County, and a lot of times we see these in our research, but we pull out a few for each episode, but we've never done an episode where it's just let's look at pictures together.
And I love the pictures.
I love pictures too, so that's what we're going to
Yeah.
do today. We're going to look at pictures.
Well, I
Of the
like it
past.
too.
Pictures
So,
of the past.
Here's the thing. I think I'm having a pretty good hair day today.
You are.
And you might know the day that I have a good hair day is when we're basically not going to be on.
All right, yeah.
You may have to go back and forth on that just so
Yeah,
everybody can
Stacey's
see.
having a good hair day, so we can't just only see pictures. You have to show her some of the time too.
Okay, now we think we've got these in order, right?
Mhm, yes, I think so.
Now,
I have my phone
if they're
available here
not
too.
in
If we
order,
need it.
if they're not in order, it's all Ty's fault.
Sure, we'll blame it on him.
Yeah,
But
he's not up here.
Truth is, it's probably be my fault. I'm the one that organized it all. Okay, let's look at picture.
That you notice how she didn't let me organize it because then it would have been messed up.
Picture
All
number
right,
one.
let's go. Picture number one.
Ooh,
Ooh.
okay. This is downtown Flora, looking west from the Main Street intersection.
Yeah, so you can see right there on the left is the beautiful building where Two Glitzy Girls is at now.
Uh-huh.
That big and Winter Roads own that building, and they are tuck pointing that
Yes.
building. And I've been noticing that and how they're taking great pride in that building, and God bless them for doing so. My
Yes.
heart would be broken if we ever lost that.
Yes.
that building. One reason is because that gives me my directions.
Ooh, we're
there we are.
We're fancy. Okay,
Woohoo!
thank you, Ty.
Yeah, so that's pretty
Okay.
cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty
so,
cool.
First of all, I want to make a note about that. Hannah and Hannah Dry Goods, Groceries, and Carpets painted
Yeah.
on the side of that building, which I believe is the Stanford. Is that the Stanford building? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Right.
it's the
I
I call it the Stanford building.
Okay. We have never talked about Hannah and Hannah
I
in
haven't
any
ever
of our
found it.
businesses. But, that would be really cool. Shout out to the Winter Roads if they wouldn't have to paint one that says Hannah and Hannah. But if they painted a mural on that building like that right there, that would be totally cool.
That would be beautiful.
I would be
It might be
okay with that.
And honestly, since they are tuck pointed, who knows what their plans are? But kudos
Yeah.
to them for God bless you for.
So you'll notice
fixing that.
there's one single stoplight hanging. It's probably a flashing red light in the middle of the intersection. And that building where Phil Wiley's Wiley Realty is now, it looks like already those upstairs windows are covered.
They are covered. That building was neat. From what I understand, there was a restaurant in that building. It was a hotel restaurant, and it escapes me right now what the name of that was.
Cool.
But yeah, that was a really neat old building too.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 2 picture because we got a bunch. Oh, I love this one.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
Earl
this-
Curly Belt at
Yes.
the soda fountain at Prince's Drugstore in Flora.
Yes.
So whenever I think about the drugstore fountains. I always think about the one that Dr. Bunnell, that's associated with Dr. Bunnell here in Louisville. But I love this picture.
Yeah, this is Curly Belt. He was married to Ella Belt, and I actually met her when I was a little girl. And they lived on East 5th. The house is still there on East 5th that they lived in. Ty, can you switch to number 7? I think it's a little bit better quality picture, but maybe the same. Well, there's not a lot of difference. But I had 2 copies of that one. I felt like this one might show up a little bit better.
Now the other one's actually better, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe the other one's better. It's like we're at the eye doctor. Better. 1 or 2. 1
it's
or
like
2.
This way, that way, this way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is Curly Belt, and
I love the lamp.
He was known for his tasty curly cokes.
I like it. Where was that located at? Do you remember? Where was that drugstore?
I think it's about where the gym is, but don't quote me on that. Someone will probably correct me because I wasn't
Somebody
actually
may have to
alive.
correct
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Photo number 3. Do you want to go on?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
this
right.
is an Iola picture.
Yeah.
I love this picture. This is what I love about some of these older pictures that you're going to see with these. It's just a picture of a family in Iola. And I love the way everybody, the kids are always standing out on the porch. And it's like, hey, family, come outside. We're just going to take a picture.
Yeah.
And the lady on the top right looks like she's completely irritated because
Yeah.
she's probably trying to make breakfast. It's probably 5
She was
o'clock.
like, the gravy is going to burn. All right. So here I am.
Okay.
But let's talk a little bit about, because we don't have any information on this other than it was in Iola. Okay,
Right.
That's all we know. The book that this picture was pulled from had a lot of great pictures, but they did not put great captions with them. So this is Iola. It's interesting. The 2 boys are young men on the left. One of them has a hat on that looks like a Chinese,
Absolutely.
sun hat, like he'd been out gardening.
Yeah.
And they're carrying a pallet.
They're carrying something.
Okay, and then to the forefront of the picture, it looks like there's a bush there. But it also kind of looks like there's a person hiding behind the bush to me.
Well, what's interesting to me is the lady with the hands on her hips. What's next to her?
Well-
what's the black shadow with the white hair?
I think it's maybe a slave.
It might be. I bet you're right.
Or maybe if not a slave, a household helper.
A household helper, yeah. It's a neat picture.
It is a neat picture.
yeah,
it
there's
makes
just
me
no
have a lot of
captions.
questions, like what's happening here?
Yeah, just a neat picture.
Things that make you go,
We're going to take a quick commercial break,
Okay.
and then we're going to come back with more. We have several photos to get through, so we will be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we are looking at old photographs of the past from Clay County. So we
That's
have
right.
so many to get through. So we're just going to keep bouncing
keep
around
going.
through our list here.
Okay, this next one, it is the Rexall drugstore.
Oh, yeah, I love this one.
I loved this store. This building is in Flora, and I wonder if it was a parade.
I don't know.
Because there's so many people downtown. I remember Rexall Drugstore. Rexall Drugstore, that's where you would walk into. That's like where the gym is at now.
Okay.
And whenever you would walk in there, it had the greatest wood. The wood floors would crack, and they had popcorn. So when you go in there, the first thing you'd smell would be popcorn. Kind of like when you go to Rural Kings now.
Nice.
The Rexall store, Kodaks, drugs, sodas, cigars. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I don't know what more you could want. And the windows read Spieth Studios. So Spieth Studios for years is who took the photos at the schools of the picture day and stuff. It was a big business. So they had a place here in Florida, I guess, where they did pictures.
Look at all the cute little girls.
I wondered if it was like a sale day, because we've had pictures of other stores where it was a big sale and they had people. But why is everybody facing the camera though?
And where's the camera at? They're up high.
Yeah, are they on the roof of
another building across the street?
What would be across the street, like your old shop?
My old shop, yeah. But it wouldn't have been. We wasn't built till '63. That building was, but there was, of course, another big building right there before it came down. Huh.
And then they have like this little car out front that has like a little like box on the top with windows. Is that a truck?
I think I don't know. Did they really have trucks back then?
Yeah, they had trucks.
That almost looks like an auctioneer's car.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Oh, I like this next one, too.
Yeah, this one, John Nelson, delivering for Scudamore Brothers store in Flora. And I know this one's a little bit smaller. I didn't get it zoomed in good because it got blurry. But just the old horses and the wagon. And you just don't, when you drive down Main Street, North Avenue these days, you just don't really think about horse and buggies.
Well, let's
wagons.
really put it in perspective here, Beth. Could you imagine your Amazon packages coming by horse?
No, there would be no prime shipping. It would be you ordered this. I hope you have it in 6 months.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, we just don't think about that kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
No.
Then the next one, this next one's a good one. I took a picture of this one. This is an 1881 photograph of F.G. Meyer and his wife, Cassie. I love this because, one of the reasons why I love this photo is because, first of all, I love her dress.
I love her dress, too.
And you guys got to take it. Taking a picture now is not like what it was back then. You had to sit there.
Yeah.
I mean, because
they weren't looking at the camera.
No, they're probably, and look how straight she's sitting. If he's slouching, but she makes me want to be prim and proper.
Yes.
I just thought it was really cool.
Let's talk about her dress for a minute. So I think the center part down the middle is definitely black, but what color do you think was the other part of her dress?
I'm going to go with a dark purple.
I was going to do that, or like a burgundy.
Yeah, I'm going with, I don't know. I just absolutely love the picture.
I do too. And he looks so dapper, and his hair's combed. He's got his little tie on, but the vest back then went way up high up here to button instead of like now they're lower. And
the pocket watch.
Yes,
it's got that pocket.
And did we talk about him? Like, did we mention him on another episode?
I don't think we've talked about the Myers, but I've got a whole in this book that we have.
I don't know much about him.
I don't know about it. I don't know much about the Myers either. But you're probably going to see this photo again because I do. The Myers are pretty large in Flora, so we will be talking about them.
Okay.
And then you can skip number 7 because we just did Curly Bell. Oh, I love this one. Do you remember? This is Sylvia Hannah Neff. Okay, so behind her is our beautiful Carnegie Library that is there no more. And when we did the women's club, she was Mrs. Neff was part of one of the women's clubs, and that they had just put this beautiful fountain in. But now that is gone. You can and then there was flowers in it one time. But I thought that was a really neat picture of her sitting so ladylike in front.
Ladylike, but apparently missing a leg.
It's tucked in behind her other leg.
Oh, I kind of see it.
Yeah, she's I had to look at that.
Because I was like, where's her other leg? And now I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
And her hat is beautiful, but with the angle of the fountain behind her, it makes it look like she has an even bigger hat on.
I believe that's a bird bath behind her.
Yeah, I think it's part of the fountain. I bet when they turned it on, water went out from it.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the fountain.
No.
I don't remember there ever being.
I wonder what year this was.
I don't know what the year of that is. It might,
again, we don't have great captions.
We don't have great captions.
These are pictures, but not information really too much on.
Yeah,
any
and
of
I
them.
look at that Carnegie Library, and I just want to cry.
I know we can't talk about it again.
Can't talk about that again.
It makes us so sad.
So sad. You know what? We're not the only ones, though. I got a lot of
know.
comments about that whenever
know,
we
me
did that
too.
episode.
Lot of
But
feedback.
anyway, Sylvia
Okay.
and Neff, I loved that picture.
Yes, love that too.
Okay. I love this.
Sunday driver. So this was a car, an early car in Flora.
Would you even? Yeah, it had to have been a car because there's no horses.
It's a car, but it is.
Does it make you think of the Surrey with the fringe on top? Look, as it's like the song from Oklahoma. Sunday. I like that. Watch out, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine getting? You would, and there wasn't. I mean, I can't even imagine getting around back then.
No, me either. But that road they're on looks like a pretty good one. But back then, so many of the roads were just mud.
Well, we've talked so many times about doctors and how they would deliver, and they would, go visit people and in the mud and the muck and those tires are huge. Those are like ginormous bicycle tires. It's not like they're not going to
Right.
get stuck.
Right.
That's a crazy one.
Yep. For sure.
Okay, let's head on down to some more. Oh, Moore's Garage in Xenia. Service was the smile.
Yep.
Just some guys
So-
hanging out at the garage. Look at their overalls and their
Yep.
hats.
And they got that big. It looks like a big clock hanging outside the door. Is that what that is?
I think,
Or a mirror? I bet it's a mirror.
I bet
to
it is,
see
to
if-
see who's coming and going.
Yeah, that's a neat building. I don't think it's probably still there, but
Either that, you know what I was kind of thinking? I was going to ask Kay Knapp about this one because I wonder if it's, like when you're going into Xenia where Knapp's, like right when you're coming in and it takes that curve, that building right there.
sure, it could
I
be.
wonder if that's where that's at, if that's not where Knapp's is.
oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah. I hope it's still standing.
I hope it is.
But I feel like maybe that might be, they would be the only one that I would actually recognize that would even be similar to that, but I'm not
Yeah.
really sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Keep going. Oh, the interior Valbert store.
Yes,
They sold so much stuff.
they did.
Look at him standing there.
Uh-huh.
Haven't we confirmed that is Mr. Valbert? Right there leaning up against that?
No.
Have we
I don't
not?
Think, no, I
I
don't
feel like
believe it
we've
is.
done this picture before.
Yeah, we did an entire show on the Valberts, and so if you're interested in watching that one, you can go find it on YouTube. It's one of the earlier episodes, and it is listed as Valberts. You can find it, and it lists the information, and in the title, it'll say something about the Valberts because we do have several pictures of the Valberts, which is the oldest store in Florida. It's still a business,
Still in existence.
They did have like 3 different locations over the time period. They had one that collapsed, one that burned down, I think, and then the one that they're in now.
They're now.
This photograph is in one of the earlier ones, not the building that they are in now.
No.
But it's neat because you can see stuff hanging from the ceiling, and
They literally carried everything.
Yep.
I like that guy just hanging there, though. He's
Yep.
cool.
Yep. Okay, let's keep going.
Now, this next guy's kind of important.
He is, and if I wish that we could have a live studio audience and say, does anybody know who this is?
I know. This is the time that I wish we were live. That
Yes.
way we could.
Yeah. So, without
Talk a little
further
bit
ado, this
Yes.
is the man for whom Clay County was named. This is Henry Clay, American statesman, patriot. He was born in Virginia on April the 12th of 1777. He died in Washington, D.C. on June 29th, 1852. Most of his political career was in Kentucky. But several times a candidate for the presidency, but he was never successful. He never became president, but he was known at different times to settle his difficulty with opponents in pistol duels. When we did an episode on duels, we talked about Henry Clay and his duel. So you could also refer back to YouTube to watch the episode on duels, famous duels.
He looks like a man I would mess with.
No, he doesn't.
What year is this, Beth? This is
I don't know.
it would have been early
he looks-
1800s. Cause
Yeah, it was sometime in the 1800s. I mean, he didn't die until 1852. And so I would guess this is probably closer to his. He looks kind of old here. So I would say this is probably at least in the 1840s. I don't know. He was greatly admired by the people of Kentucky, as well as many of the first settlers in Clay County that came from Kentucky. And they chose to name this newly formed county in his honor. So he had a lot of followers.
He sure did.
It says he was photographed by Matthew Brady shortly before his death. So this was probably very close to 1852.
Yeah, because he looks, and Flora didn't get found until 1854. You know, it is surprising that I guess maybe because Henry Clay was a little bit more stately. Because with Macaulay being the first one in town, I'm surprised we're not Macaulay County.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But you know, but see, the thing about it is everybody's always saying. I've always heard why are we called Clay County? Well, because we have that clay soil. That's not it. It's because of Henry Clay.
It's Henry Clay,
a gentleman.
Yeah. Yep. So okay, moving on.
I like Henry.
Number 13. This is another Valbert.
Oh, I like him.
Or no. This is Jeremiah
Bowman.
This is the father of Jay Bowman, the hardware guy. So we've done an episode on the Bowmans as well. You can refer back to that one on YouTube. It's about the house that they lived in and about their Bowman hardware store. I think we've mentioned him on more than one episode, actually,
well,
Jay Bowman. But this is his father, Jeremiah. And isn't he just a real, I don't know, handsome?
He's got piercing eyes.
He does. I wonder in real life, I think they were probably blue.
Probably. Oh, yeah, they're light.
I just feel like he is just like a man of authority. Like he's just like you. He was probably very well respected and loved, but also like you don't mess with him.
Yeah,
don't you
probably
think?
Very intelligent. The Bowman store was right there where Phillips Park is at now. That building's long gone. And Beth, tell that where did the Bowman family? Which house was the Bowmans that they lived in?
His son Jay Bowman lived in the Victorian house that's on the corner of East 6th and Sycamore, and it is currently under restoration by the Larch family.
Which we love that because we want to see all
Craig
of
and Becky
that.
Larch are doing a fantastic job of returning it to its former glory because it had been abandoned for a while.
Yeah,
the house. So
but he just looks like a really. I don't know.
Yep, I like him.
I love the big beard too.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's styling for 2024.
Like he doesn't know.
He's got the whole 2024 look going on. And this is way back in the who knows
Jeremiah Bowman.
Jeremiah Bowman.
What a great man.
Yep.
Okay, look, we can do one more before we go to the. I like this next one too.
Okay.
Strawberry Pickin' 1910.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
look at it. Look at all those females and all those little.
Yep.
Look at those little kids.
Yep. So this was in Larkinsburg Township, which is the Ingraham area, I think. Is that right, or is that Iola?
What
Larkinsburg.
I think that's more Iola, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to look. I can't remember. I'm not
I get
from
confused
up there.
by all the different.
I know. I get Larkinsburg and Pixley confused. But anyway, strawberry picking in 1910.
You know, what I love about this picture, it's like, okay, so we're going to take this picture. We don't have enough room. Hey, boys, get up on top of that roof.
Climb up on the roof, boys. And they were like, you betcha. I've been waiting all day to get up there.
Yeah, I just
boys love to climb.
I can't imagine strawberry picking these girls in their dresses. And I don't know. It seems like, does anybody really do that? Do we have very many strawberry patches where people actually pick? I went strawberry picking one time. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
And
that's why you take children with you.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
They don't have to bend over as far.
It's on the ground.
Yeah.
And, and some people are like, oh, be careful. There might be a snake. Well, you lost me. There might be a snake. But, yeah, I thought that was just a really cool picture.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back with some more interesting pictures.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we are looking at old pictures of Clay County and Flora and Iola and Xenia.
So
And
much fun.
so many different little towns in Clay County, and we have a bunch of pictures. So we're just going to keep going.
We're going to keep going.
We're going to go on with number 15, please. This is a doll contest sponsored by Rexall Drugstore in the mid-30s.
Yes.
And all of these little girls showed up with their baby dolls. And how cute is that? Now, I want to talk for a minute about the baby dolls. Like the fourth girl from the right, or the fourth girl from the left.
Yeah.
Her baby doll is almost as big as she
cute.
is. I wonder if she won.
Well,
And I wonder how they judged them.
that's the question.
Who had the best outfits?
How did they judge the doll contest?
And I also feel like this is a total fundraiser idea that we could do for the theater. We could have a doll contest
You are
at
right.
the theater and have all of the little girls bring their dolls. Now, what will differ probably between today's doll contest and the ones of the past is back then there was probably truly one winner. Hey, yours is beautiful. Your parents spent more money on yours, and we really like it, and it's China, and it's gorgeous.
Oh, that's the thing about the dolls. Yeah,
and you win.
Porcelain.
And the other girls went home like, well, shoot, I didn't win, but that was fun. Now today's kids, you can't do that because they all go home crying because they didn't win.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just my own 2 cents. Okay. So that was a pretty cool thing, though.
That is pretty cool.
Doll
I'm
contest.
looking for because we're gonna show it. Yeah, the doll. That's a pretty cool picture.
Yes. Let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, and I'm
We have
looking
couple
for a
pictures of
date.
This. This is a flood that happened in Iola, and
I was almost positive one of these pictures had the date on it.
okay. I don't remember seeing a date, but there. It does. Let's go ahead and look at it, Ty.
Yeah, what is that next one? I know it's got a date. 1910, I believe.
Our screen's kind of got it covered.
Oh, 17.
1917. Okay, yeah, you were right.
Woo-hoo!
So
I was right.
you were right.
Boom.
Boom, chakalaka. Stacy was right. Okay, so in 1917, there was a really big flood in Iola. Now, Stacy and I tried to dig up information about this flood, like, I don't know, several months ago, because we were going to do a whole episode on it.
Yeah, we wanted
Let's
to.
talk about the flood in Iola. All we could find were these pictures and nothing written about it anywhere.
No.
So if you're watching and you have information on that flood, email us at bytheway@gmail.com or reach out to us on Facebook and tell us all about it because we would like to discuss it more. But the first picture was boys playing in the water. This one, these guys have a little boat out and they have it filled up with the children. Mm-hmm. And all of the streets in the whole town were just flooded.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the water came from. Like, I guess the...
did it live? I don't know.
I don't know Iola well enough to know if the Little Wabash River is close to there, but I'm assuming it must be.
It must be. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Iola either, but there's a lot of picture. Frank Hargis puts a lot of pictures about Iola, and so yeah, we need to probably venture out that way a little bit.
Yeah, we
see
should.
what's going on.
We should for sure.
I like it.
Okay. Let's see
Okay,
what's
number
next.
17 picture. Oh, the Louisville Bridge.
This bridge is this is a picture of the one that was on Route 45. I mean, we've all crossed the bridge from going across the river from just on the north side of Louisville on our way to Effingham.
Yep.
And this is a very early version of the bridge.
Yeah, because it's like the bridge is nice, but it looks like the road going up to the bridge is not nice.
Yeah, it looks like dirt.
It does look like dirt. So the next time you're tricksying on up to Effingham or coming back, just remember when you're crossing that bridge there north of the that cemetery, there you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty neat. I like the old bridges. Okay, number 18 picture. Oh, Macaulay's headstone.
Yep, this is the founder of our county, John Macaulay, and he is buried over in Clay City Cemetery, and this is his headstone. So if you're in the Clay City area, you're interested in go looking, it is in the Clay City Cemetery, correct?
No, I think Macaulay is buried on their own. It's not the Clay City Cemetery.
Well, I thought we talked about that on the Macaulay episode, but then in this book, I think it said he was buried at Clay City Cemetery.
He is not buried at Clay City Cemetery. Macaulay's buried on his land, and the only reason why I know that is because Mark Wiley he's related to the Macaulays, and he's supposed to take me back there, and because it's like the whole family plots there, it's on their land, and you can only get back there by 4-wheeler.
Okay,
it's kind of like
well,
the black
I knew that's
cemetery
where the
there.
crossing was.
Yeah.
That he built his house on by the little river.
Yeah, no. From what Mark told me, because he's like, I keep getting after him as soon as he was supposed to take me back there, but you can literally only get there by four-wheeler or something.
Yeah.
That's what Mark told me, so I'm assuming he knows.
Okay. Well,
we'll find out.
Yeah.
Note to self. Yeah. What does that picture say?
Let's see. He died in 1854. The original stone was replaced by this marker at the turn of the century. His wife Martha sleeps beside him here in Section 21, Clay City Township. So I was thinking Clay City Cemetery, Clay City Township. So you're right. It's Section 21. That would be their land.
That'd be their land.
Yeah. And in another photo of another, they're calling it Macaulay Cemetery, but it's not his stone. It's
it's their own. It's their own.
Okay.
It's their own plot.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have it.
Ha!
All right.
Was I right again?
Twice in one episode, Stace.
What is
Today
happening?
is your day. I mean,
it is my day.
You're having a good hair day. And you were right about two things.
I can't even handle today.
It's crazy.
Now, this next picture I love. This is one of my favorite pictures. Bertha Bear. Is it Bear?
I think Bear.
Of the Iola Switchboard 1910. This poor girl looks like she's bored to death. The question that I have is, okay, so like we have all these silly things at our disposal, right there at our fingertips, but could she hear every conversation?
She could.
What a great
She could. And actually, we might come back to this photo for our next episode, too, because I have a little side story about somebody that listens in on phone conversations, but we might use that in the future. But I think she could hear you. I don't think she was supposed to. I think she was supposed to like turn it off, hang up. Have. Heck no, I would have listened.
I'd have been listening to
unless it was just some
boring.
Things, but it would be interesting. That's for sure.
So did they have one of these on Little House on the Prairie days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I think there were different times, like Nellie Olson ran it. Remember that in the back of the restaurant?
Yeah. Can you imagine Nellie Olson being your switchboard lady?
Yeah. I think there's a few episodes about that. I don't think she was secretive about what she heard.
Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, I like this. I've been talking to Beth about Bertha for a while. I just like the picture. Yeah. I think it's cool that somebody took the time to take a picture of her while she was working.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, because that's history.
That is history right there.
And to them, it might have seemed
big history.
It might have seemed mundane and silly to take a picture of her at work, but that's pretty important that they did that actually.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, we're moving on. Moving on.
This is the Eisenhower funeral procession. When President Eisenhower died, they moved his body from Washington D.C. out to out west. I don't remember where.
I can't remember.
I want to say like Kansas or something, but he came right through Clay County in his casket, and this is a picture of it as it went through Xenia. And then I think that is there another picture labeled?
I don't know, but he went through Xenia, through Florida. They didn't stop in Florida, did they? At the time,
I don't think that they stopped.
I think that they just continued going. That train probably didn't stop with the president's body on it. I don't really know a lot about that.
I don't know. It might have, because there is a picture at the depot of it
stopping.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I know everybody turned out to come look at it and watch.
Right.
This picture's labeled.
Yes, there we go. Yeah. So this is a picture that's the one I was looking for. This is taken from the overpass in Flora. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of out by like, Industrial Park and looking west as it comes in. And, nope. I think this is looking east, and I think that's the engine at the other end. And I can't tell, and I don't have the caption in front of me. But he was the casket was in the second car behind the engine. I remember that part. Let me see if I can find.
I don't know
where I saved this.
All right, well, we'll keep going on and see if she can find something else. Because the next picture is of the Metropolitan Hotel in Louisville. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh yeah. This is the one where you can see the car that he was in was the second one behind the engine, I believe.
Yeah. And the train is traveling east?
Yes.
East,
No.
yeah. It would be going east, yeah, because it's like.
But wait, that doesn't make sense to the story, though, because I thought he started in Washington, D.C. and then went west.
I don't know.
Ah! What's happening?
Yeah, you're right. He did get buried west, so it is going east. So the picture we saw in Xenia, they were leaving Flora. Okay. Now that we've confused everybody on the train location.
Yeah, but just know the important part of that story is that President Eisenhower's body came through Clay County.
That's right.
That's what you need to know.
Now let's move on to the Metropolitan Hotel. I love this building, and this building is no longer there, correct? Isn't that an empty building there
It has been torn down since. It's no longer there. It was on the corner, later became Kincaid's store, I believe.
Yeah. I want to do a whole episode on the Metropolitan Hotel. I contacted Nancy Byers, but she has given some of her information away. So we need people from Louisville who want to give us some information on the Metropolitan Hotel, because it's hard to find things. I bet that was a booming place in the day.
Yes,
What
I
a
think
beautiful
it was.
building,
It was a
too.
beautiful building.
Yeah.
And I think I can remember going in it and the wood floors creaking and
Never,
stuff.
I never had been in that building.
I don't know what year that they tore it down. I'm still trying to find that train picture.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Metropolitan, beautiful building in a hotel in Louisville. All right, let's continue on. Okay, looking east from Main Street. This I've told Beth so many times on this one. Those are just dirt roads again. And I have to always get my bearings, because like a lot of these pictures will be like, on East North Avenue looking west on Locust Street. So it's kind of difficult to see which way we're going on this. But this is looking east from Main Street intersection. So that building on the left, there's that big tower again. Is that the Stanford building, what it used to look like back even in the earlier times? That's got to be the Stanford building again, if we're looking east, right?
You're looking east.
No, wait a minute.
You're looking east. You're looking like...
No, that would be where the bank's at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're looking east, actually. No, so that would not be. This is that building right there wouldn't be. That's looking east from the Main Street intersection.
Right. So that would be more like the bank corner.
The bank corner. That's a really cool building. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been the First National Bank building. And I believe it was built to be that building. We've seen pictures of it before, but that's just a really neat. And then right there on the other building right there would have been the Throgmorton building, the one that collapsed.
Okay, yes.
The one on the right would have been the Throgmorton building. I've got a picture of the Throgmortons here coming up shortly. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So we'll keep going on.
Okay.
This is Bob Stevens. He was the chief of police. And I'm not sure what year this was. I'm going to say probably around the 30s or the 40s. He was the chief of police in Florida. I didn't pick this picture.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these pictures don't have any more information in the caption. So it's not like we're just not giving you the complete picture. It's we also don't have the complete picture. But I feel like it's worth sharing.
Oh, look at him, little cute little fella. Bob Stevens, chief of police. And then the next picture are two more policemen. Look at now; these are older. Those are fun.
Yes,
with their hats and. Yeah, that's a pretty neat picture with the other two police officers.
I should have marked that page, but yeah,
I
don't think that they have.
Was that in your book? That might be, because I don't ever remember coming past those.
Okay.
Some of my book doesn't have the last several pages. I've got
Okay,
another
so
one.
maybe it was at the end.
It probably would be, because I don't have that picture. If you remember what it said. But we'll keep going on if you can't find it. All right, we're going to keep going on. Number 26 picture is the tobacco train. Let's talk about this one for a bit.
So a lot of people don't realize that Flora had like a booming tobacco growing industry.
I had no idea we had that.
Yes.
A tobacco train coming through. Mm-hmm. But look at all of it.
We grew it here. We're loading it onto the train.
Uh-huh. So the horses and stuff is what we grew here. Yeah, I had no idea we had tobacco farming here.
Uh-huh. We sure did.
That's kind of a neat thing. I think we probably need to take a commercial. Oh, my goodness. We are past a commercial break.
We'll be right back.
Get to going. We'll be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me our lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas,
What?
you better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We're going to talk really fast because we have so many pictures to look at today. We're having so much fun.
So just a little bit on the Eisenhower funeral train. It
Yes.
was April 1969. The picture was taken from top of the uncompleted new overpass US 4550 east of Flora. The second car behind the engine with the flag contained the president's body.
And I do believe it stopped at the Flora Depot just
And it
for a
did
brief moment. There was flags lined up. There
Yes.
were people that came out to pay their respects.
It did stop. So we
Yes.
did know that President Eisenhower's body stopped.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
in Flora. So
Moving
we got
on.
that. So keep going on. We got another picture. More tobacco.
More tobacco.
Holy
Yes, this is a better
cow.
picture of all of the tobacco that was grown. And their big wagon full of tobacco. So just showing this just because I think a lot of you think this is grown in the South and we didn't have any of it here. But lo and behold, way back in the day,
Look
by
what we
golly,
got.
we
Heck
had
yeah.
it.
I love
all right,
it.
moving on.
Moving on. The street fair.
Street Fair,
What-
1902.
Isn't this the greatest picture?
Yes, this is right in the middle of the intersection downtown, Main and North Avenue. You can see the Stanford building in the background. And when you guys drive through that intersection later today, you can be thinking about all these people standing around in the middle of the road watching these acrobatics.
Isn't that
at this
insane?
street fair? And Welcome to Flora banner. So apparently people came from all over to see this street fair. There's power lines up. You can see that in the background. So I mean, it's 1902. I don't know. Maybe those were well, they'd be electric lines too.
I think
don't
they're
know.
electrical. Yeah.
Yeah, but they brought in these circus performers.
That's
And look
wonderful.
at everybody's all dressed up for it. And
Oh,
also
yeah.
it makes me wonder, like, did anybody run off with the circus performers and leave town? And
Well, let's
go
hope so.
Join the circus. I don't know. All right, moving on.
We all wanted to do that.
This is one of the earlier Valbert stores. This is the Valbert standing outside. Franklin Valbert, Keith Valbert. But yeah, just kind of a neat old picture. Of
The
one
next
of the first.
picture is of Albert.
Yeah, this is Francois.
Francois
Valbert.
So
This would
is
be,
he the original?
He came over from France. I believe it's been a hot minute since I researched the Valbert family. I researched them for the cemetery tour one year. This would be Steve Valbert's great-great-grandpa, I do believe.
Yeah.
He might correct me on
That's
that later.
pretty
'Cause
neat.
like I said, I don't have all that research with me, but yeah. Yeah, pretty cool,
Pretty cool
beards
pictures.
too there. I mean, it's like
Nice
a
job,
long goatee.
Francois.
He shaved on the sides. Like, good job, Francois.
We like Francois.
Well done, Francois.
'Kay.
Okay, keep going.
Amelia French. I sent this picture in. Amelia Valbert Stone French. So she was her
Born of Albert.
Born of Albert.
Married a French.
And married a French. I thought that was a really cool.
She is a stunning, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
It's maybe hard for you guys to see, but her eyes had to be a very light shade of blue, really light blue, and with the dark hair, and she's got her
She would've
dark
been
clothing on.
stunning.
Yeah, and a beautiful complexion. Like, she's not smiling because they told her not to, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But-
they never did smile.
Yeah, but she's a pretty woman, and she has earrings, hoop earrings in. Yeah, very pretty woman.
Yeah, I thought that picture was stunning.
Yes.
Okay, next
going.
picture. I love this picture
Yes,
too.
the dapper little.
One of these gentlemen, and I do. Do
They're
you have
called
them
the
right
young
there?
the young dandies are Al Murphy, Paul Naney and Fred Parrish.
Now,
Paul is Dr. Paul Naney's father. So
Yes.
a lot of you might remember Dr. Naney. This was his father.
Now, do we know which one is which? Because they're not really.
It doesn't really say for sure, but I think the Naney may be the one standing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But it may not. He may be the one on the right.
I don't know, but I love that.
Al Murphy, Paul Naney, and Fred Parrish. And they're called the Young Dandies.
The Young Dandies. My
Young
dad,
Dandies.
Dr. Naney was my dad's doctor, and my dad literally thought Dr. Naney was the right hand of God.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Yep, that's a cool picture.
That's a cool picture. I thought it was super cool. Okay, next picture.
All right.
Oh, this guy.
He's pretty intense.
He scares me a smidge.
Yes.
He does scare me a little bit.
He does. This is William Reed as he posed for the photographer in the pulpit at the Old Christian Church in Ingraham.
Yeah.
Reed settled there in 1938, and the following year, with the assistance of William Ingraham and John Rogers, established the Church of Christ in the Forks of the Muddy. A log church was built in 1848, and then a brick structure in 1853, followed by a frame building in 1872. This guy preached for over 50 years in that community, and he is reputed to be kin of George Reed, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, from the History of the Disciples in Illinois. Yeah. Okay, that's the
He's
name of the
intimidating.
Book. He is a little intimidating. I believe he was one of those preachers that was preaching
hellfire and brimstone.
Yes.
You betcha.
Yep. He looks a little scary.
Looks a little intimidating.
If I was a kid, I would not like
I would have
him.
been terrified of him.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a couple looks of Clay City. Okay. Look at this is downtown Clay City. Looking north. So this would be like if you're coming into Clay City and you're driving through. And it's a shame because Clay City is starting to lose some of their buildings.
Are deteriorating.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame.
What's interesting about this picture is the white stuff going down the center of the road is some newly laid gravel. So they tried to throw out some gravel to kind of, make the roads slightly better.
I think there's another picture of Clay City too. Yeah, that's a little bit looking just.
It's basically the same picture.
It does make me a little bit sad because, like, sometimes this is 1913, fresh gravel just been put down, like Beth said, and I really like the. I don't know if that's I don't know what's hanging down there.
It's a light. It's a flashing red light.
Is it just a flashing red light?
Intersection.
Because you got to keep them horses.
Yeah. Who has the right of way? All right, let's keep going. We're going to run out.
I love this one. Florida's first motor bus.
Yes, we had a bus system.
I know. How fun is that?
And just keep your fingers crossed that it wasn't raining or snowing.
Exactly, because you would
have
get
froze. A little wet. But yeah, and I don't know where he took people around to. If he picked people up for church,
I don't know.
They look pretty dressed up,
but I loved it. I want to definitely get the next picture in. This next picture is of John Throgmorton and Eugenia Gillett. I like that. So that's the Throgmorton Palace, the pharmacists that we have.
Yep.
And that building is the one that collapsed there where Gaslight Square is at now. But I thought that was a really good picture.
Yes.
Of John. I think that's the only picture of John Throgmorton I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're almost done. We've about made it.
Okay.
We've about made it through about.
This is Galen and Sally Borders.
Oh, we're trying to get it.
Technical difficulties.
But I don't think people really know. I mean, maybe they haven't seen a picture of Galen and Sally Borders.
Yeah.
Kind of neat. All right, well, we may come back to that. The next two were once again, this is inside J.R. Gouger's drugstore. Burned down on April 21st, 1903, and the location is unknown. And this breaks my heart because this store is everything I love in life. Look at
those lamps. So the reason I picked this one,
Beth, great picture.
I think is because. And I can bring this into every episode, but honestly, this store to me looks like the inside of the Olsen Mercantile from Little House on the Prairie. It looks like the same store. I mean, it's so similar. And I loved those lamps. I loved,
I love it all.
I loved it all.
What's the lady's portrait on the left side?
I don't know if that's like a dress pattern you could purchase, and it was just like. Showing.
Yeah, but nobody knows where Gauger.
Gager. I think it's probably said Gager just because I used to go to school with some Gagers, and that's how it's Gaugers.
But is this
J.R. Gager's drugstore burned down 4/21/1903? Location unknown. It's in Clay County. Was it Flora? Was it Iola?
I was just getting ready to say,
was it Bible Grove, Louisville, Clay City, Xenia? It could be. We don't know. If you have any information on that, reach out to us. But
yeah, that would have been
yeah.
a terrible disaster losing all of that.
Yes.
Look at the lamps in the back. I just went blank. You can
gas oil lamps
the
on
gas,
that shelf.
yeah.
The ones in the
Oh
on the
my
shelf.
gosh, yeah, I love.
What do you think
this
those
picture.
bottles are on the wall over there?
Probably medicines.
Yeah.
AKA liquor.
Yes. Could be.
That's what I would assume that is. I don't know, but the interior of that store.
Looks like they have jewelry in that counter. Can you imagine if we had
gosh.
access to that jewelry today? I would take it all. I
would
love
take
jewelry.
it all.
I love antique jewelry.
There's hats all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great. I loved that picture.
That's a fantastic
I want to shop there.
picture. I want to shop there too.
Yeah.
I wonder what started the fire.
I don't know.
No, and it's weird that we don't have any information on where they're at.
Yeah, probably electrical. I mean, the wiring back then was, subpar. So.
Well, you got a point there, but yeah.
Right.
How cool! Seriously.
Yes.
I loved going through that. This is not going to be the last time we do an episode on old pictures.
No, because we have so many, and it's just something that we can, bring in and show you, because sometimes we don't have enough information about each one to make a whole episode about it, but we could definitely bring them in together and make an episode on photos. So anyway, that was our photo episode, but it went by so fast. I knew we would have to go fast. I knew we would be like, brrr.
Yeah, we didn't even take time to really talk about a lot of weird stuff that we like talked about in the beginning.
I know. Craziness.
And we don't even have time to do it at the end.
Right.
It's like I told her, I said, hey, we're going to jump right into all these pictures because we had like 42 or something like that. And then it was like, oh, well, if we have any time left over, we'll just nip that in the bud. And here we are. We're like 2 minutes from done.
Holy cow, you better end this show with a quote.
I am. I like this one too.
Okay.
From, I don't even know how you say this name, Aldous, Aldous. Aldous Huxley, Huxley. Experience is not what happens to you. It is what you do with what happens to you.
Oh, that's good.
That's deep.
Deep, yeah. It's not what happens to you. It's what you do with what's happened to you.
And we talk about that all the time, how people just cannot sometimes get over what happened to them in the past. You have the power to change who you are.
Yep.
You are responsible for your future.
Yep.
You can't help your past. None of us can help who we were born to or what happened. The past is done, but by cracky, you can change that future.
That's right.
And you can either make it good.
Keep trying.
Good, the bad, or the ugly.
Yes. I choose the good.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it too. So
that was
anyway,
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hey, tell them where we got a little extra minute. Tell them where they can find us.
So we are on Wabash Channel 100 daily at 11 a.m. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays, but all of our episodes are on YouTube. So if you missed one, you can find us there. Our YouTube page is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, and you just type that into YouTube, and voila, we got all of our episodes on there, and you can watch them all. And you can reach out to us on Facebook, like and follow us on Facebook. It's By the Way with Beth and Stacey. And you can even email us, show ideas, comments, questions at bytheway@gmail.com.
Boom.
Boom, chakalaka.
And we're done,
We're done. So thank you so much for joining us. It was a super fun show, and we will see you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.